Good morning. Early in the morning here in Zone 6A, and we're getting closer and closer to the official planting date, which is Memorial Day, to avoid those frosts. But I took the chance and decided to put some things in. I started to plant the picnic tables, and I've got my first one done here and started on the other ones, but I wanted to just highlight these ones right here. And on my bottom row here, what I have is a tomato called Black Krim, and you can see the growing lane there. And I have them nicely caged up. They're good size because they were grown in the greenhouse. And above those, what we have is a sweet red pepper, and the lane on the other side opposite the picnic table is planted feng shui. They're both pretty much the same. And on the top row we have some petunias for the pollinators, and we have some beets, and we have some lettuce, couple different kinds, black-seeded Simpson, and some butter crunch. And I also put some Danvers half-long carrots in there, and on the top. And as you can see, that the amount of space that is involved here with the picnic table, and that, you could have concrete underneath the picnic table and still grow a fair amount of produce. But this is a much more efficient way of growing than their traditional container growing, or traditional growing in the ground, or container growing. This is kind of a variation of a stacked square foot gardening, which is what I started out as. But over the years, with my many years of growing experience here, this is pretty much a much more efficient as far as water usage, as far as time. Once it's set up, it's set up. Although you can vary it, you can move the containers around, you can grow what you wish. And so I find this much, much more versatile. And as you can see, which I've blatantly put out there, is a copy of my book called Picnic Table Farming, because that's pretty much what it is. It's like farming. And I have three very distinct picnic tables. Many have seen the planted out picnic tables, and I'm not going to show the other ones right now because they're not completely done. I have my big one to do and my other little one to do, and there'll be quite a bit of harvesting here. So you have growing lanes. You've got pretty much about 7 times more plants in the same area. And another benefit is most things are waist high except for your bottom rows, so you don't have that back breaking, bending over. And the other thing is that you have very limited weeding to do as you go along here. But I mulch mine. It not only provides warmth and organic matter, but it also holds the moisture when you're watering, so you don't have to water quite as often. So I have found this method to be very, very productive, very, very efficient. It does not matter whether you are in the city, whether you've got a patio, whether you have a nice piece of land, which is what I have, and that I've been blessed with. So I thought I'd just point that out here. I wanted to make a quick video this morning. I just finished this guy last night, and the weather's supposed to warm up here. We're heading into Memorial Day. Make sure that you're safe out there. Keep track of what's going on. It's a wild world anymore. And you may want to pursue a little bit of growing yourself. I find it very rewarding. It nurtures my spirit. And I love to be outside amongst the trees. And in fact, I just wrote a poem this morning called On Bended Knees. If anybody's on my Facebook page, you can see that. The links for my book are also on my Facebook page, and I hope that you will partake of the book. It's an interesting book. It's got a lot of nutritional information in it, as well as the techniques and the specific plants that you can use for the picnic table farming. All right, well, be kind to one another out there. Help your neighbor if you can. Stay safe. Be well. Alrighty, we'll see you.